welcome to Tools to Manifest Your Dream Life with myself, Glenyce. I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you, and I've missed you guys. I know some of you have noticed that I have not done a podcast since August of this year. That's months. I have never, since 2013, taken months off of a podcast, and yet I did. Here we are, though. For a while there was no energy on it. There just wasn't. And unfortunately, I can't push or force my business stuff. So we had to wait until the energy, and boy, let me tell you, the energy is back. Oh my goodness. This show is inspired by a question that I got sent in. I am doing a weekly questions for the universe live on my Facebook page. You'll see the links above or below. If you don't see a link, reach out, of course, as always. What that is, I've got a form. You can go add your question. I'm not asking for emails. I'm not asking for any information except your question for the universe. And then Tuesday mornings, I will go live and respond. I was going to respond to the questions. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I will respond to as many questions as I can, but I don't know, I think I have 22 already, and I just posted about it yesterday. So thank you if you're one of those that have sent a question in. If you would like to send a question in, I do have the link again above or below. If you don't see it, reach out, because I would love to answer as many questions as I can. And not that I think I'm the universe. It's really where I will commune with the universe and bring through the responses. It's going to be much more of a communion way. So if you would like to join that, you can find above or below the links to that. And so the reason that this show was one that popped was because it was one of the most asked questions. I had a theme of questions. And the question was, and here's today's show topic, tools to receive clarity for what you really desire. Yes, apparently there's a lot of you out there that don't know what to manifest for 2025, or don't even know what you would like to manifest, or don't even know what you like. I get it. I have been there. Let me tell you, I used to struggle with that a lot because I used to live off of the lie, and I can see it's a lie now, but at the time I didn't see it as one, was that once I knew, then I could ask. As though the knowing comes before, wait for it, the choosing. Yes. Here's the thing, guys, and I know that some of you don't want to hear this, and that is okay. That is okay. It's just not time yet. But for those of you who are ready to hear this, you actually have to choose first. You have to choose first before you know what works for you. The only way you're going to know what works for you is actually by choosing. If you've ever been in a relationship, and maybe it seemed to work for a while, and then it stopped working, and you got clear that it doesn't work for you anymore. It's the same thing with everything in your life. I studied to be a psychiatric nurse back in 1993. Fast forward a few years, I actually went to hairdressing school. I did that for a year. And then I actually was a hairdresser for, I think, about a year, 10 months to a year. And I found out very quickly, that is not the job for me. People actually wanted to tell me how to do their hair. What? I didn't know when I chose it that it wasn't for me. I had to actually choose it, go through it, try it out, and find out not for me. So that is number one, is that you want to start actually choosing. You might say, what do I choose then? If you have 10 things in front of you, let's say you're looking for a new hobby. You've seen some people take up karate, you've seen some people take up crochet, you've seen some people take up painting, and all of them maybe have a little bit of an interest to you, you're curious about them. Then rather than signing up for a year-long course in any of them, maybe find out if any of your friends do them and have a chat with them about those hobbies. Maybe look at their stuff, maybe spend some time while they're doing their hobby, or maybe there's beginner class that would just take an hour and you would have a better idea of it. Something like that. You don't have to jump in with both feet 100% of the time, but you do need to get more information before you can choose. Now, I use something simple as a hobby, but maybe you're looking at a career change and you truly don't have a clue. Then you could start looking around at people around you or social media, and what are they doing? What are the people that you are intrigued by doing? Looking at maybe what a graphic designer does. What does it start as? How do you get started? And again, you could be interviewing people who do it as a job. You could be just Googling it and finding out information, so that you can start getting a sense each step of the way. Because the people that we watch on social media that are doing a 2-hour project in 30 seconds on a video, that can seem really cool, but will you be interested for 2 hours? But also before that, are you interested in the hours and hours and hours and hours of study and education and work to get there? By finding more information about it and searching around, you'll start getting a sense if it's for you or not. So the choosing doesn't necessarily, again, as I said, have to be actually jumping in with both feet, but you do need to be choosing it on some form to start getting a sense of if it's for you or not. Now, the other way that we can really work with what we would like to create and how to get that clarity is working more from energy as opposed to the specifics. Because the energies that you might be tapping into when you're watching that person graphic design, I don't know, design graphics, I guess that's a better way to say it. When you're watching them do that, then what are the energies you're tapping into that? And maybe there's like creativity and artistic and a lightness, a fun. What are the energies when you're inspired by that? And then you start actually asking more for those energies rather than the specifics of the graphic design. Something I've talked about for years and years is somebody like, say, Oprah Winfrey. A lot of times people would watch her years ago. I might be really dating myself now, but she had an afternoon show on TV and people would watch her and say, oh, I want to be a host like she is on TV. But probably for the majority of people that were tapping into that, they were more tapped into the energy that she was being while doing that interview or doing those interviews. And if we start asking for the energies, then what is actually going to be more true for us or light us up more than anything is those energies. And it can show up totally different. As many of you know, and if you don't, I started actually taking some university classes this fall towards a digital marketing certificate. And all I know, and still all I really know for sure, is that it matches the energies of what I was asking for. The way I'd been running business was just through the coaching and the manifesting membership and those sorts of things. And it felt like it was time for more, maybe even to diversify a little bit, not changing any of that, but also adding. And so by adding those university classes, it's hard. Let me tell you that. It is. I honestly can feel sometimes the neurons in my brain reconnecting as I'm learning things. It is such a different experience, but that's not what I'm talking about. So by adding that, again, I still don't really know. I've been able to play in some people's businesses in the what I might call the back end of their business. So doing some social media stuff for them, doing some stuff in their Shopify store, doing VA stuff, strategy stuff. I mean, I have been loving that aspect and what it's all allowed me to do with it. But all I know for sure is I followed the energies. The energies were what I was asking for. And I truly wonder. And so if we stay more from the energy perspective, I'm not looking at and saying, okay, I'm going to become a digital marketing certificate person. That's not what you'd say. But anyway, you know what I mean? I didn't go into it with that. I'm taking the classes so I get that certificate. But for what? I'm not sure yet. And it could be much like my nursing that I took back in '93. And I worked as a psychiatric nurse for a few years off and on, and then started this business in 2002. So 9 years later. But all of that training that I took in nursing, well, maybe not all of it, but most of the training I took in psychiatric nursing has hugely contributed to my business. If we don't define and we don't exclude energies, then how much of what we've done in the past can really contribute to now? And how much of what you say you don't know that you desire is more just the unwillingness to choose something and then choose again, right? Like my hairdressing. I chose hairdressing. I paid for hairdressing. I worked 10 months, maybe a year at that. And what a huge contribution to my life, because I've never once thought, oh, if I would have taken hairdressing, life would have been better. because I took it. I found out it wasn't for me. One of my big things is I have no desire to ever have regrets. So I want to make sure that I choose the things that I know might be a regret down the road. It might be something that is, oh, I wish I did that. No, I'm going to choose it. But I'm also willing to mess it up. I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to get it wrong. And that's where a lot of times we're not willing to choose, because we put so much energy on top of that. We go, okay, well, if I choose hairdressing, then I have to do that the rest of my life. I struggled with that with nursing. So 9 years after I got my college diploma, then I opened my business, and I struggled back then. But I realized how much of a gift it is to choose again and to choose again and to choose again. It also ensures that we don't ever do something, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business, whether it's a job, whether it's whatever it is, because we feel like we should or because we've done it a long time. No, choose and choose again and choose again. So a couple tools for you with this is 1, just start choosing, and 2, choose the energies as opposed to the specifics, and see how much easier that is for you to have clarity for what you're asking for in 2025. Couple things that I want to invite you to. 1, again, the questions for the universe. Make sure to join me for those, and the replays will be there also on those links. I also am starting every Thursday. You will receive, if you are on my email list, you will receive a Whispers from the Universe email. Yeah, it's amazing. And again, links above or below to join that. And then we also have a free call coming up on December 31st to bring in the new year with a bang. A magical and super cool way to manifest your asks in 2025. This is a brand new way that I have found. I've never used it before. I don't know anybody else who's ever used it before. So come and join me. It is free. You just got to sign up, again, above or below. Would love to have you come and play. Have a great week, sweet friends. I look forward to chatting with you again in a couple weeks. So these podcasts won't be weekly as before. They will be every 2 weeks. And I would love to hear some feedback. If you have ideas for the show, if you would like to leave reviews somewhere, please do. It is such an honor to do these shows, and then it is an incredible honor when I receive feedback about them.